Philosophers have said that there are only 7 stories we keep repeating throughout history. Tonight, we're going to pick one and tell it again. This is The Treatment, a podcast about stories with your hosts Billy Beck, Cody Beck, and Mark Lucas. The Treatment is filmed instead of a live studio audience.
The cameras are rolling. Everyone can see our shiny, happy faces.
I like that little hat you've got, Cody. There's a little man on top of the hat, and when you pull on that string, it looks like he waves. It's a very cute hat.
Donate to our Ko-Fi account if you want to see the video version of this podcast.
So I have a review of our last film, The Bray Man, from the Philadelphia Inquirer. Cross Dog Day Afternoon with This Is Spinal Tap, and you have the concept behind The Bray Man, 63 out of 100, which, according to Metacritic, is a positive score.
Hell yeah!
Higher than 50%. I'll take it.
What's on the spinning circle of stories, Bill?
On the spinning circle of stories this week, we have Beowulf, the boy who likes clowns, in real time, Ichabod Crane, the brave little tailor, the Iliad, the Snow Queen, King Midas, and the fisherman and his wife, and the wheel she spins, and the wheel she lands on the boy who likes clowns.
Motherfucker, I'm leaving the podcast right now. I've made it this far into this friendship without hearing this fucking story.
So this is my entrant on the wheel, I believe.
It is. So go on, Bill, tell us. What is the story of the boy who likes clowns?
So, once upon a time, there was a boy, and he really, really likes clowns. Like, everything he owned was clown-themed. The sheets on his bed, clowns on them. The posters on his wall.
I'm going to add a little bit to that. So, The Boy Who Likes Clowns is a Shaggy Dog story. It has 2 punchlines. The first punchline is, and then the boy said, "Hey clown, shut up." The second punchline is, you keep a running tally of how long you've been talking, and then tell people it's been, say, X number of minutes you can never have back. My personal best is 40 minutes. I did not write this joke. I first heard it from somebody in my high school named Ryan Cornelius. And I don't know if he wrote it. I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, this is one that we don't have a Wikipedia we can go to the origin for, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank God.
But the way I've heard you tell it, Mark, and was I present for the 40-minute version? I know I was present for a telling in which you were told to get off the moving vehicle on the highway we were on.
Yes, and I did.
Yeah.
No, you were not. That was during a portion of a black belt test that lasted a total of 3 hours.
Incredible.
So they were literally trapped.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. And it was during the endurance portion of the test.
I would have quit. I would have said, fuck it, I'm not getting my black belt. Let me just beat this man up instead.
Well, it was the endurance portion, so it makes sense.
I guess mental fortitude is something you have to
Does it
train
help
as well.
to know that the next day they literally beat me with sticks?
Yes, actually, it does.
How come we didn't get to inquire?
So I feel like if we're gonna make the movie of the story of the boy who likes clowns, this is another one where the genre has kind of been locked in for us. I mean, if it's a Shaggy Dog story with a stupid fucking punchline that doesn't go anywhere, it has to be a bad comedy, right?
A la, like, Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah.
Like, there needs to be a lot of wacky shit in the middle that seems important and doesn't matter.
Yes. And I think that the only kind of movie where there's a lot of wacky shit that happens and the ending doesn't matter, like, we can't make a drama like that.
No, it's gotta be a screwball comedy.
Yeah.
Now, if I recall correctly, the way that you would tell this joke is it would go in stages of his life, and every time he would go to the circus, and I cannot for the life of me remember what happens each time at the circus. The clown makes fun of him, right?
Yeah, the ending of every circus performance is a clown, because the boy sits in the last row in the last seat, And I don't fully remember exactly what the clown says either, too, but it's something like, hey, kid, last row, last seat, screw you.
Yeah.
And then the kid has like a mental break or a panic attack or some such, running off home or to the woods or somewhere different every time.
And then the last time through is he makes a stand and he tells the clown to shut up.
Yes. And that's 6 minutes of your life you can never have back. I feel like that has a little bit of contempt for the audience, and I think that contempt for the audience is important to the nature of the story. Like, there's at least a little bit of fuck you to whoever's wasting time listening to this. And again, thank you all. Ko-fi.com/soonmajorpod.
Have you guys heard of or watched any of the anime Bobo?
Yes.
I think you pronounced that wrong. It's Bobobo.
I loved Bo.
God, I'm so happy you have to re-listen to this.
Fuck you.
I'm getting vibes of that, where there's things that feel consequential and it doesn't fucking matter. The whole point is the trappings of the premise, but
shown in anime.
It's stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. So do we want to stick with the story of a boy liking clowns, getting told off by a clown, and having some kind of almost unrelated misadventures in between?
I think that's a good place to start. And I think we can even spread it to the clown is not necessarily a circus clown. It could also be the clown is his favorite comedian, or the clown is his favorite athlete, or the clown is his favorite clown.
Are we accidentally making a social commentary piece?
No, absolutely not. That said, I think it has to be the same thing all throughout.
Yeah, it's not like a different athlete each stage or what have you, or a different musician each stage. It's the same person that he falls back in parasocial love with.
But here's a thought I just had. What if it's always clowns, but each stage it's a different kind of clown? There's circus clowns, TV clowns a la Krusty or Wizzo or Bozo. There's rodeo clowns. There's those weird Cirque du Soleil, technically clowns.
There's the insane clown posse. Okay.
So maybe there's something there that each time it's a different kind of clown, but every clown still, hey kid, screw you.
Mm-hmm. The mascot of the local sports team.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking if they're all like clowns, but in different genres of entertainment, like different fields of entertainment, then our 5 acts, and this is going to have to be 5 acts, can all be distinct and not too samey in the misadventures he goes through to get to each clown who tells him to fuck yourself. Or, sorry, screw you. This one's for the kids.
One is a mime. That section of the film is entirely silent and in France.
Now we're cooking.
I was gonna say, I kind of want the genre of the misadventure to change each time.
To be thematic with. So when it's the Insane Clown Posse, it's a musical. Or like a rock opera.
Yeah.
We have a mime.
The rodeo clown turns to a western.
Yeah. The sports, the mascot, sports mascot is like a sports movie, like an underdog story.
A la Mark's favorite movie, Paris Je t'aime.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
We made the same joke in different fonts, goddammit.
That movie is so beautiful it hurts my heart, and it makes me cry every single time. And I still don't understand the Chinatown section.
Forget it, Mark. It's Chinatown.
So, if we're going 5 acts with 5 different genres and 5 different kinds of clown, what are they in order? And I guess the first would have to be the setup circus clown, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking the first one is like just a straight up. We play it straight, the first act. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, little boy sees a circus clown, maybe on TV, finds out that the clown's coming to town, begs his dad to go, gets to go. And like we play it fucking straight to the original joke.
Right. He doesn't see it on TV, but he has like a circus. When he's a baby, he has a circus storybook. And as he grows up, he has all sorts of clown stuff. You know, clown bed, clown bedroom set, clown decorations. I'm not going to tell the actual story, but this is how the story begins. And as a kid, his dad hears that the circus is coming to town, because I want to have TV Clown maybe be something different later. So I don't want him to see the first clown on TV.
I'm just thinking that TV Clown is like really, unless it's like a bit in a later one, I'm thinking it's too close to like actual circus clown that I wouldn't want to reuse that as one of the 5 clowns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I see what you're saying, and I just don't agree. Especially because I just recently saw the Simpsons episode where Krusty commits a crime and has to hide out by being a circus clown, and they highlight the differences between circus and TV clowns.
Okay, then, because I also want an evolution. If we're going to do this the stylistic thing, changing it, which I think is a really fun idea.
Yeah.
I want that to like also logically progress as we get further and further from the set reality that we establish in Act 1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe TV Clown should be the end then. Should be clown number 5.
Oh, I was thinking clown number 2. Because then that genre, like, work with me on this one. Because like when we go to like Western and musical and silent film, those got to be the last 3. Because they are like way separate from The Boy Who Likes Clowns. So TV Clown is where we start introducing to the audience that we're going to change genre. So like, I don't know if like we do something like more subtle, like increase the frame rate and have everything shot and lit like a soap opera.
So
because now we're on TV, you know what I mean?
I have an idea that kind of marries your 2 suggestions. What if we horseshoe it? We end with the TV Clown, but it's because we're kind of landing back where we started. But it's like this hyper reality because we've essentially fucked up the reality in between the 2. And you can still get the soap opera, high frame rate, motion blur.
I could work with that.
Because I think I was just going to say, I think if we end with TV Clown, we can kind of like make the audience think we've gone back to the beginning, in a sense. Kind of like give them a second to rest before we hit them with the non-punchline.
See, I feel like right now I'm at a kill your darlings moment, because if we're telling a 5-act thing, on my list we have 6 clowns. Circus, TV, Insane Clown Posse, Rodeo, Sports Team, Mime. That's 6 clowns.
Right, that is 6 clowns.
What if Mime is intermission?
Oh, if Mime is just like 2 minutes between 3 and 4?
Yeah, because I think that's enough to get the joke of that, and I think doing a full section on that would be a little bit of endurance humor, which I don't think we necessarily want to do.
No, we absolutely want to do
the whole movie is endurance humor.
Exactly.
You don't need to have a second layer of endurance. You do. You don't need Inception endurance humor.
Inception humor?
I will kill you in real life. For legal purposes, that was a joke.
I really like having the mime be like a 3.5 in between two.
Literally how I put it in my notes was 3.5.
This is the first time where I'm keeping notes, and I'm using a Word document to do so. And it's 3A.
So, if we're fucking with the reality anyway, we could kind of play with the mime. I know I'm getting ahead of myself because we haven't done 2 yet, or 3, but I feel like it could almost be like he accidentally stumbles into this black and white silent movie in France and is just like, what the fuck is going on? And then the mime tells him to fuck off and he leaves.
So my thought with the transitioning into the mime, and if we're just going to do it as a bit, or like a little interstitial, having that follow ICP. Because I'm imagining a raucous ICP
I'm
show.
thinking the other way around.
That's what I want to talk out, because I also thought the other way around. But like the transition itself, I'm thinking, Shaggy 2-Dope gets on the microphone and says, hey, you in the corner, screw you. And then everyone turns around and laughs, and the music's super loud, and like the kid just like closes his eyes, holds his ears, and then everything goes silent, and then he opens up and it's black and white silent movie for like 5 minutes. And then we come out of it and go into the next bit.
I think that's very, very smooth.
So I'm just going to say out loud this thing that's been happening in my head. The flow. Circus clown. The next I was thinking is having the sports clown.
Okay.
Maybe while he's like in high school on the sport ball team. And the clown is their mascot. Then third I was thinking Western. Third is the rodeo clown. 3.5 is and maybe that's where we get the romance angle, and he has his heart broken, and he flees to Paris, the city of love and lights, and that scene's all in black and white, in addition to being silent.
Rodeo clown is a lady.
And then I think that the dynamic of quiet to loud is more impactful than loud to quiet. So after mime, then ICP.
I have an idea if we do go mime to ICP, because if we do the mime in black and white, the Juggalo face paint is black and white. So you can easily, like, start resolving into the rest of color, but people's faces are still that black and white.
Yeah.
But it would also work the opposite way. So I could see that.
No, I'm on board.
Okay, so I'll just write these down. Mascot, rodeo, mime, ICP, TV.
You know, it's really convenient that all of these have, like, pretty distinct images so that your hieroglyphs make sense, Mark, since we know you can't read.
Yes, these are crude crayon drawings on a Word document that I am importing with this Wacom tablet.
Mark, that's not a Word document, that's your wall. I'll send you a magic eraser. Okay, so what I want to establish next is how old is he in each of these segments?
So Circus Clown, he's still got to be pretty young, like elementary school age, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say maybe 10?
I mean, if we just
12?
go elementary school, that we can play around in that window.
Then school sports mascot, I'm thinking around 16?
Yeah, high school. Probably younger high school, because like the classic sports movies and Underdog Story. Rodeo Clown, Cody mentioned it's a lady. So that could be like young adulthood, or even late high school.
I'm thinking this kid doesn't go to college. This is early 20s.
That's where I feel like ICP would be around there. Because it's being in your 30s and getting into ICP is weird.
Well, let's jump down to the end, and what's the oldest we see this kid in the movie? I think 30 is about the oldest he gets in our movie.
I was going to say into his 30s, yeah.
So then ICP, he would be maybe 27, and in France, 25.
All right.
He should leave the France scene with the, like, painted on mustache a la Jacques the Whipper.
Okay, so, like, the rodeo clown then is, like, 20, 21? Is that what we said?
Yeah, early 20s. The numbers that I wrote down in order are 10, 16, 22, 25, 27, and 30.
Sorry, I pressed X in Honolulu.
Ah, he's given me the Shaka sign. We've been playing a lot of Yakuza Infinite Wealth. Okay, so now that we have the clowns in order, along with the kid's age, I think that's it in terms of the bones.
I was gonna say this looks like a very tidy spine and ribs to me.
So we can start piecing together the actual. I almost want to call them skits for these acts.
Yeah.
I think the intro is a tracking shot, a oneer of sunrise. A camera goes into the bedroom window, and we see the different things in the boys' room that are all, one way or another, clown-themed. You know, he's got clown toys and a clown rug. Again, when I tell the joke, it's just a list of as many things in a room that I can think of, but with the word clown in front of them.
It really is a piece of art when you tell this joke, I swear to God. It's
Clown
the fucking best.
lampshade.
What did you say, Cody?
Said clown lampshade.
Yes, over a clown lamp.
I'm reacting to this with a clown sandbag.
The camera pans across all the different clown-related things in the room to the boy in bed as a clown-themed alarm clock wakes him up.
Now, do we want all of these clown-themed things to be the same clown a la Bart Simpson and Krusty the Clown?
No.
I think it needs to be as visually chaotic and atrocious as possible.
Remember, we're hating our audience.
Yes.
Good point.
It needs to be... I think also, to an extent, we can hint at future things. Like, I think there should be a rodeo clown in this room. I think there should be, like, Insane Clown Posse poster somewhere, or, like, a little stuffy. Like, there should be...
Insane is torn out. It's the kind of thing that, like...
As is Posse, and he's crayoned in colors into their face paint?
Yes. It's the kind of thing where, like, a grandma who knows the kid likes clowns. Oh, well, this says clowns on it. We'll get it for his birthday, without knowing what it is.
The TV clown is, like, there's a poster for his show on, like, his, like, closet door.
No, there's like a line of VHS tapes next to the TV.
That's better.
So, I don't think it really matters, because this is like a hyper-reality. What era are we setting this?
90s. We're putting this when we were kids.
See, I'm thinking that this almost exists out of time. So I was thinking this is like a 50s of the 90s.
Vague nostalgia era.
Yeah.
But like someone randomly has an iPhone 17. Like that kind of shit. Not necessarily in this scene, but like that can happen later.
Later on, yeah.
Honestly, I would want to keep anything like establishing like anything like something that only existed in the 21st century. I would want to keep all that out. I would want to keep it 20th century, but like vague. Like
the only specific technology that anchors it to a time is going to be those VHS tapes.
Exactly. Like I don't want to see an iPhone and then have somebody in the audience stop paying attention and think, why the fuck is there an iPhone? Why does he have VHS tapes then? You know what I mean?
Nobody in the movie's gonna Google anything.
Yeah.
They're gonna ask Jeeves.
Yeah, everything needs to happen between people. I don't want to see computer screens. Because where's the conflict in he goes to oncameraaudiences.com and orders tickets to the Clown's TV show? He's got to jump through some hoops to get that shit. Probably, literally. We'll get there.
So the kid's woken up by his clown alarm clock. Is this the day that he knows he's going to the circus? Or do we join him in finding out from his dad that they're going to the circus?
I think we find out when he finds out.
Okay. A thought that just occurred to me, I think at least parts of the story need to be narrated. Not necessarily because we need it for the storytelling, but because we need it to be almost authentic to the story itself. We need somebody to say, once upon a time, there was a boy who really liked clowns.
Yeah, like Christmas Story style. Well, no, not Christmas Story style. Not like an eye. But, what was it? James the Giant Peach did it like that?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like most of Roald Dahl's good stuff.
Yeah.
So he wakes up, and I almost hear the narrator saying, this boy is about to get some very good news. And then, from off-screen, Mom shouting, breakfast is ready. And the kid's like, oh boy, and he jumps out of his bed in his clown pajamas, puts on his big floppy slippers, and runs down. And the narrator says, that's not the good news. It's still coming. Wait for it.
Sits down at the table, pours himself a bowl of Clownos cereal.
Clownos or Clown Nose?
Clowny-O's.
No, I like Clown Nose, and then like the marshmallows are big red clown noses.
Okay. But also there's like the full movie spread of breakfast stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yes,
bacon and pancakes and sausages and a pitcher of milk and another pitcher of juice. Dad's there with his coffee.
a single half slice of toast.
No, a big stack of toast, a single half grapefruit.
For his urethra. Is that good for your urethra, or did I just make that up?
It's good for your bladder, not your urethra
That's the
specifically.
One. I knew it was in that general vicinity.
It also makes heart medication not work.
And mental health medication is usually contraindicated.
Nature is cool!
So Dad's there with his newspaper and he's smoking a pipe and he's wearing a fedora, but also a house coat.
Yes, like what cartoon dad dressed like that? Am I thinking of the professor in Powerpuff Girls? Would have like a smoking jacket on and a pipe.
Yes, also Dexter's Laboratory.
It was one of those.
It's a lot of things. It's kind of a trope.
Yeah, I like tropes. This is going to be a very tropey movie.
But also, we hate our audience.
Yes, this movie hates its audience. We love our audience. Ko-fi.com/soonmajorpod. So then what happens? How does the topic of going to the circus come up?
I'm going to steal a bit from Malcolm in the Middle. He's our titular boy is getting ready to catch the school bus, and Dad says, "Don't worry about it, sit a while. I'll drive you in." And Dad and son play hooky.
Okay.
So on the way out the door, so mom overhears. So did you get your paper done for class? Did you do your homework for class today, buddy? Yeah, Dad, I did. And he pulls out, puts it in his clown backpack with his clown pencils and clown shit, and gets in the front seat of the car. Dad throws the backpack in the back seat and starts driving, and kid's like, wait a minute, that's the way to school. We're not going to school today, son. We're going somewhere else. And hands him the tickets to the circus. Every kid in town played hooky that day because the circus is full of children.
I don't know if this is something we're going to continue all the way throughout, but one of the details that I always included was that his seat in the circus is the last row, last seat.
I think we could do that throughout.
The reason I always concocted a reason why he didn't have any money. And in this case, it's because of Dad's job not paying well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it makes the most sense for that to come from the narrator.
If we can have the narrator, because the joke that was formulating just now was a spin on the someone please take a look at my budget, help, and it's like electric, $150 a month, gas, $50 a month, candles,
that drill tweet.
Yeah, that tweet. But it's like the budget is clown shit and breakfast foods. Because if Dad's just eating like a stack of toast and the boy is just eating cereal, but there's still the full platter for mom.
Okay.
But we'd have to tell it different because it's an audio medium narration.
I mean, yeah, the narrator just verbally describes the family's budget being spent 90% of the father's take-home budget, take-home pay goes to clown paraphernalia and breakfast foods, leaving sparingly little for entertainments. And maybe this is over the transition to them, so that all the only tickets father could afford were last row, last seat. Zoom out from the boy's excited face to the full stands and the ring of the circus in front of them.
Now, I don't know what would be funnier to me. The idea that every dad and his kid in town played hooky that day and they're all at the circus. Or that like 6 people are at the circus because it's like noon on a school day and they're still in the last row, last seat.
Here's another wrinkle that we can decide which is funnier. You said about all the dads and all of their kids. All of the dads are wearing different colored fedoras and smoking jackets, and they all have the same pipe. And maybe even they're all reading the same newspaper.
That's the way to go with it. And every other boy is dressed in also the same uniform of like t-shirt and short pants. And maybe like
yes,
a little ball cap, but they're all color swapped versions of each other, so no one's exactly the same.
Yes.
So our boy in his clown onesie with clown overalls and clown shoes and a clown hat is standing out a little bit. Because we're towards the end of Act 1, it's time to get into Wacky Town.
Yeah. And maybe the boy can even, like, thank Dad for taking me to my first ever circus. And Dad can say something like, this is your reward for doing good on that math test or whatever. And then open up his newspaper and start reading. Like, he's not even here, like all of the other dads.
The sound of a newspaper opening in unison echoes around the circus right as it begins. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the local town circus. Page flip sound. And all the little boys start cheering. Sorry, Cody, there's no girls in this one.
It's fine. I would prefer there not be.
I think we need to have a moment, and it's probably in the car ride over, where the boy expresses how thankful he is and how much this means to him. Like, all of his life he's dreamt of seeing a real-life clown. He loves them so dearly, Papa. And finally, he will get to see one in real life.
He talks about the whole circus experience, but most of all, the clowns.
Yeah.
All my life I've dreamed of seeing the circus. I've imagined what it must be like to see a man put his head in a lion's mouth and ride a little motorcycle around a steel ball. But most of all, the clowns, Papa. I've dreamt of their japes and jukes.
Exactly. So they get seated. Circus begins. We gotta see, like you said, everything he described happens. Man puts his head in the lion's mouth. Motorcycle in a ball. third thing you said, and he's got tears in his eyes because he knows what's next. Here comes the clown. Papa, here comes the clown.
Can we play Barbra Streisand, Send in the Clowns?
No, but we could play Krusty the Clown's version of Send in the Clown. Clown comes out. Perfect stereotype of a clown.
We can get even a little bit sillier with it.
He comes out of something unnaturally small.
I was thinking of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the good cartoon one from the 70s. There's a bit near the end where, like, a chef who has a big thermidor, and he puts it down and takes it off, and there's a littler who inside it with a littler thermidor, and he walks up, sets it down. Oh, there's a littler guy with a littler thermidor. I was thinking something like that.
Here's my idea, because I was thinking a similar direction. So you know the classic, all the clowns come out of the clown car thing?
Mm-hmm.
Big monster truck pulls in. Dude climbs down from the thing, goes to the back, pulls the tailgate down, and down backs, the Volkswagen Beetle. Moves to the middle, parks. Out comes 4 dudes dressed in black suits, dark sunglasses, and the earpieces. They surveil the area, lean in, do a little, hand wave, and out comes a 5th guy dressed the same, but this guy has a briefcase handcuffed to his wrist. He goes to the center circle, sets the briefcase down, pats his pockets, can't find the key. Takes them a minute to find the key amongst them. And then when they unlock it, out of this little briefcase-sized briefcase, out comes our clown.
The only wrinkle I want to add to it is between the little Volkswagen and the monster truck is a little gyrocopter.
Ooh, yeah, okay. That works. I wanted there to be another step there. I couldn't think of something.
Like, a truck pulls up, a little helicopter flies out of the back, lands in front of it, out of the back of the helicopter backs out the Volkswagen.
And every time someone's about to get out of one of the bigger vehicles to do something with a smaller vehicle or item, the kid goes, "Oh, this is him, Dad, I swear." Like, he knows the clown is coming, but he's not sure when. "Papa, I know it's him in the Volkswagen."
Well, I see a Victorian orphan.
He's not an orphan, he's got a papa.
Papa.
He's not an orphan yet. I don't know where this story's going, but it's going somewhere.
It sure is. So, clown comes out of the briefcase. If at all possible, we find a way to do this practical. We hire Penn and Teller if we must. But this must be done practically, or the joke doesn't work. Clown comes out. Big cheers, world famous, the best circus clown. Does he do anything first, or does he, "Before I start, you, in the last row, in the last seat," camera, quick zooms to his eyes. "Me? Yes, you."
He doesn't do anything. Either before or after, he doesn't do anything. Except the microphone. He's so little that there's some business with, fixing the mic, getting it down to the level. Tap on it, it has that reverb. "Hey you, kid, last row, last seat." Camera...
Crash
what's
zoom.
the word that I want? What?
Crash zoom, I think is what you're looking for.
Yes, crash zoom to the kid. Maybe even a little bit of swelling music, like "This is the moment my life changed."
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even that gets said by the narrator. "Kid, last row, last seat. This was the moment his life changed." "Me? Yeah, you. Screw you." And after the clown says that, that's the climax of the circus show. That is the end of the circus. Curtain falls. Everybody cheers except for the boy.
There's a voice over the PA of "Please exit at your nearest exit." Just...
"Thank you for coming to the Dingaling Brothers and Billy and Barnum Circus. Please start..." But it gets muffled as we don't hear.
So when are we starting Billy and Barnum Circus?
The Dingaling Brothers and Billy and Barnum Circus. It's all of them, thank you. That is important for legal reasons.
Cody's the Dingling Brothers.
No, I'm Barba. Mark is the Dingaling Brothers.
I feel like Mark and I are the Dingling Brothers, and you're Billy. And Toby is Barbum?
I guess that makes Luna Bailey? So anyway, how does the boy react? Normally in my telling, he has an immediate psychotic breakdown and runs screaming into the woods.
Yeah. I think we do the psychotic breakdown differently, but he still has one. And we just go backwards, like, not like in reverse, but we retrace our steps back to the start of his day. Except there's no excitement or life in his eyes. He's just dead-faced, deadpan. Not deadpan, not like nonverbal. Just completely done. And on the way home, Dad is recounting his favorite parts of the circus. And we cut away right when he's like, my favorite part was when the clown said.
I'm working a thought in my head. I'm gumming it because I don't know if I like it or not. Of the boy getting a spanking. Not even for any particular reason. Just to make sure you grow up strong and emotionally healthy like your dad. You need to have a full breakfast, a day at school, and a spanking. Like we did in my day. And I'm not sure if I think this joke is funny enough.
I don't think it works for what we're building.
Okay.
That's a Seth MacFarlane joke.
Yeah, it's a good line in a different project.
It's like out of moral oral. I know it was a regular thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I think when they get back to the house, Mom has a full dinner set up as well.
But it's all breakfast food again.
It's all just like freshly made breakfast foods.
Yes.
And he sits down and she like puts his box of Clownos in front of him and he doesn't touch it and just sits there as they eat and recount their day.
And maybe Mad World is playing?
The sad one?
Yes.
Who's it, Gary Jules cover?
All around me are familiar faces. Or some other sad music.
Yeah. I think being that on the nose with it and doing Mad World is exactly what we want to do. And then at the end of dinner, the boy slowly trudges up the stairs, takes off his clown coat and his clown sneakers and his clown pants, puts back on his clown pajamas, and gets in his clown bed and sets his clown alarm clock and then turns off the clown lamp. And then 6 years later. And then we see none of those 6 years. He's a perfectly normal teen again.
See, I'm thinking the transition to 6 years later is a time lapse of the room slowly changing from a clown-obsessed child's to a regular teenager's. Maybe even a sports guy teenager's.
What if we do one of those fancy pants in-camera transitions where he clicks the lights off and it's like there's still just enough light that you can see it's still his bedroom? Like there's like light coming in the window or something. But in the blackness of the scene, on white text in the middle it says 6 years later, and then the light clicks on again and it's the teenager's bedroom.
Okay. I was just thinking if we did a time lapse, we could have the narrator just verbally explain to the stupid audience that this movie hates. Time is now passing.
I honestly think it would be really funny if we do that in a really creative storytelling, filmmaking kind of way, and then have the narrator like intentionally be like, in case you couldn't tell, 6 years has passed. Our boy has grown up a little bit and has gotten interests other than clowns. Like,
yes, except for the first part. I don't want him to be overt with his contempt. Not adding the in case you couldn't tell. Because this narrator knows you can't tell. We're telling you.
It has been 6 years. That's 72 months. Like just counts it down in days.
And in that time, the boy has grown into a healthy, teenaged man, whose number one interest is his high school. What does he play? Baseball?
I think the easiest way to get, because I think the last row, last seat, is he's like the fifth string left tackle on his high school football team. And he just sits at the end of the bench.
Okay. I was just thinking baseball for no really good reason. It's a summer sport.
Yeah, clown is a very baseball kind of mascot.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Clown is a very baseball kind of mascot.
The thing is, I think if we're going to do this section like a sports movie, he's got to be on the team.
Yeah, but also, I feel like he can't be an important part of the team. I'm thinking he's one of those things that, like, you make fun of.
Bad
like,
boy?
team manager. Like,
Water
the guy
boy?
who's halfway in the team photo in the yearbook.
Equipment manager?
Yeah, like, equipment manager, I think, is the right way to go. We could do baseball then. Like, all through middle school, he would watch the high school baseball team play. And when he finally got to high school, he wanted to make the team. And he worked really hard and kind of go through it that way. Do we want to have do we want to have it build to his tryout?
I'm thinking we can be a little bit more on the nose with it in terms of making it a sports, quote unquote, sports movie.
Mm-hmm.
The clown is not their team mascot. The clown is the mascot of the best team in the state.
Ooh. Okay, yeah.
And so our bit doesn't come until they get to states.
Yeah. That's good.
I know that we had kind of settled on equipment manager, but I feel like it's funnier or gives the mascot more ammunition if he's the best player on the team and the team is fucking terrible. Like if you have all these stories about how, he's the star player, he's the best person on the team, and the team is just fucking clown shoes.
Hold up. Because the part that leads to his psychotic break is that out of nowhere, the clown that he adores says, "Screw you." If it's a rival team mascot, it's hard for that to feel like it's coming out of nowhere, because, like, rivalries are like that. If it's his own mascot, it's hard to believe that this wouldn't have happened sooner, or that they wouldn't have met sooner, because it's always, like, the first meeting. So instead, it's the local pro team's mascot. And if they get to state final, they get to play in City Stadium and meet the big city clowns. So he tries his best to get to the game. And maybe he even, like, pinch hits, like, the winning hit by pitch, bases loaded, to walk off to get to the last game. You know, something completely worthless. Catcher's interference to win a game. One of my favorite things that's ever happened. So he's excited because they get to go to... He's the one who got them to states, even if he barely played. He's earned the respect of his peers. They get to City Stadium, and then, like, they get, like, set up in the bleachers, and they have, like, the coach of the local team comes out and says a few words, and, like, one of the B or C tier players on the team that had nothing better to do is there and says a few words, and then the coach is like, "All right, finally, now a few words from our mascot, Clowny the Clown." And then Clowny comes out, and because he's, you know, the scrub of the team, he's in the last seat in the last row, and the clown comes out with a microphone. No one else had a microphone. And they're sitting, like, behind the dugout in the baseball stadium, and it's just, like, the 30 or so kids and a couple adults. And the clown comes out with a microphone, points at the kid, says, "Screw you," puts down the microphone, and leaves. Does that feel like a good scene to lead to?
I'm sorry, I was zoned out for the beginning of that. Is this at the beginning of a major league game that they go to?
I would say it's before a major league game, yeah. Because then his zone out mental break afterwards is, like, his face non-moving in the crowd as they're reacting and stuff. He gets hit by a foul ball and doesn't even flinch, like, shit like that.
Because I was just thinking that the very first thing after the "screw you," and as the team leaves the field, "Play ball!" And, yeah. Like you said, he sits there, like, stone-faced. No, we just hear the...
Yeah.
And he sits there stone-faced as you described, everything happening, him getting hit by a foul. That works.
Yeah. So for the sports stuff before that, I guess just listen to our Joan of Arc episode.
Yeah, and replace football with baseball.
We kind of showed there we know what we're doing with this kind of that setup.
You know what we're doing with that setup.
All right, so I'll just lay it out real quick then. It's his dream to... He gets into baseball in middle school, tries out for the high school team, doesn't make it, but becomes, you know, manager because they need help. And he works through the team. Couple injuries happen, and they let him, like, you know, take a bunt out there for the major game. They get to the final, like I said earlier. And part of it's at City Stadium. They get to go to a major league game and all this shit, and that's where the clown insults him. Yeah.
Can we think of anything funny we want to do in any of those parts?
Do something with, like, team hazing ritual, like all the seniors, like, in the varsity level are like, "Yeah, hold my bag, freshman." This is how we haze the freshmen. He's like, "I'm the equipment manager. This is literally my job." One of the kids on the team is absolutely 35 years old and is, like, injecting roids in the background.
Yes. Is one of the players an adult Cuban man?
Who's still holding a torch for Maria?
Yes.
But don't worry, his birth certificate, written in crayon, says, "I am 12." I love that joke in Benchwarmers. It's such a good bit.
Is there anything else we need for the high school or the baseball mascot one, or could we move on to the Western?
I think part of his mental break, because if we're going to repeat that pattern of going back, although we don't need to go like fully back, but just the bits at the major league game and then their state final the next day, he's still sitting in that seat, but like all the bags are around him.
Yep.
And he's handing bats out to people, but like his arms are moving, but his face is not.
Yep.
They win. Everyone puts him on his shoulders to celebrate, and he's still like stone-faced. Like he just goes through the whole gamut. And then I think at the end he goes back to his bedroom and turns out the lights again.
No.
No, you want to go different?
Yeah. So I think instead of going home and turning out the lights, he never goes home again. He never goes home again. And instead, he leaves the stadium. And outside of the stadium, there's like a biker. And in a very smooth motion, he just clotheslines the biker, takes his bike, and silently rides off into the sunset. Because we're transitioning into a Western.
I kind of like that.
Yep, I'm cool with that.
So he rides off into the sunset as he disappears over the horizon into like the desert part of town that we haven't seen until now. You got your 6 years later again.
Yep.
And then it cuts to him. This time he's on a horse. Cowboy hat, chaps, the whole shebang.
Okay. I know SpongeBob did this bit, but I think it would be funny if it's, instead of it saying 6 years later, because it's like not quite 6 years later, it's just like the 6 is crossed off and like 5 is written in crayon. Just play with using the same time card for each transition, but it gets more and more battered. We don't have to, it's just something I think is funny.
I think we could do that through the narrator, like that same kind of joke, that same structure, but have the narrator do something, like however he worded it the last time, like use very similar wording.
I'm thinking this time the narrator is different.
The narrator,
because it's a Western now. Yeah. Like this part is narrated by like Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Friend of the pod, Sam Elliott.
Friend of the pod, Sam Elliott.
But he refers to himself as the same narrator. Like, it's me, your humble narrator again. Where we last left our boy.
I think this is a thought I had a little while ago. In the credits, I don't want it to be the narrator, and so far what I've landed on is some asshole. So then Sam Elliott would be the Western asshole.
Okay, I like it.
I mean, if the film is going to hate its audience, I think it's okay for the audience to hate them back. And speaking from experience, the one telling this story is almost always an asshole.
True. That's why you're usually the one telling it, not me.
So he rides off into the sunset. The Western asshole describes that time keeps rambling on. The man, moved from town to town, finding work when he can, doing jobs when he must. Fill in some more, vaguely Western-y terms. Never settling down.
Often found himself the third horse in a 2-horse town. Wanted dead or alive. Yeehaw, I don't know.
On a steel horse he rides. And he's wanted by Bon Jovi for copyright infringement.
That song's playing in the background.
But just the instrumental.
Yeah, of course. And then I think he would stumble on... Like, he wouldn't stumble on the rodeo itself. I think he would stumble on somebody practicing for it.
Yeah.
Because I don't... Is he going to be in the crowd at the rodeo for this?
I'm thinking he's going to compete in the rodeo because he finds out there's good money in it.
Okay.
But since he's a stranger and a newcomer, he's at the last, he's the last in the line, which puts him last row, last seat among the competitors.
Yeah.
So when he finds the guy, I'm picturing him as just like a guy in chaps standing in the middle of nowhere doing rope tricks. Like lasso, that thing where he skips in and out of the lasso.
Mm-hmm.
And so our boy approaches and asks him what he's doing and why he's doing it. And I'm picturing this scene being filmed like the climax of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Okay.
With a lot of space between them and a lot of quick zooms into their eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe one quick zoom into the guy's hand, and you just see his hand is twitching as if he's gonna draw a gun. And then he just points like, "What are you doing?" "I reckon I'm practicing." Zoom! Practicing. Wah, wah, wah. Yup. Practicing my rope tricks.
And then in the background, you hear a random farmer yell, "Oh no, my cattle!" And the boy, who also has a rope, goes and, like, real quick ropes one of them, gets down, hog ties it real quick, and the roping guy is like, "Shit, bro, you should try out for the rodeo." I'm not gonna do a Western accent. I don't have one. But yeah, the rope tricks guy is like, we should go together. There's good money in it if you win. And that's the fastest roping I've seen this side of West City.
That's the fastest roping I've seen this side of Ropeville.
There it
You know,
is.
the city where they make the rope? That's the fastest roping I've seen this side of Ropeville. You know, that town founded by Arthur Rope? The town where all ropes are illegal?
On account of the way that Arthur Rope killed himself with a gun.
Yeah, we're dancing around weird rope jokes. And that's something for a screenwriter.
Yeah, that's not us. So our boy and rodeo man, training montage. Kind of training montage, but also like a help around the town montage.
Uh-huh.
Like, we also see, like, the saloon and the brothel and the sheriff. Maybe in the background, a sheriff is, like, getting in a shootout with some bandits. Just kind of hit all the Western tropes we can find.
But also playing with them. Everything that he does somehow involves roping. So when, like, the sheriff gets involved in a shootout, he throws his lasso and it grabs up all of the guns. Or maybe the bad guy shoots the mayor and he wrangles the bullet with his lasso.
That's a good one. I think they build to the big rodeo night. They get in line at registration. Rodeo man gets number 4 or something for freestyle roping. And in traditional roping, our boy gets number 973. There's only 971 competitors. 2 guys just dropped out, but he's still 973. So he decides to partake in the early part of the show and sits in the last seat, last row. Because even competitors have to buy a ticket, and it's the only one he can afford.
Okay. And all of that's explained by Sam Elliott.
Yeah, of course.
Now, I just want to zoom out for a minute, because hours ago, we had mentioned that the rodeo clown might be a heartbreak moment. This might be a romance. Do we still want to think about that?
I think we do it very simply. Like, she comes out, and he does, like, the heart eyes, and then you have the fucking Cupid music.
Okay.
And, like, the Doki Doki is happening in his heart. And she looks up at him, smiles a little smile, holds up the microphone. "Hey, you. You in the last row, last seat.
Cowpoke.
Yeah, you. Hey, you cowpoke in the last row, last seat. Screw you." Just leaves.
I'm just thinking, how do we introduce and outroduce her? Like with the first clown, we did a lot of funny business. I want there to be some more funny business here. And I think she's in a barrel that gets knocked onto the stage by a big old bull. Unless we can think of something funnier. The treatment will return after these messages.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
And now back to The Treatment, a podcast about stories, with your hosts Billy Beck, Cody Beck, and Mark Lucas, already in progress.
Alright, so the idea I had to introduce her to the scene is she's like the 3rd string rodeo clown in the circus. So we see a dude get absolutely gored, trampled, decimated, is definitely dead, and as 3 other rodeo clowns, like, in medical gear, are dragging him off the rodeo floor, the announcer is like, "Don't worry, folks, he'll be just fine." let's introduce our third string clown. Or fourth or fifth, whatever number's funnier, to imply that this has happened multiple times that night.
I think he just says our next clown, but off to the side we see the ones dragging the gourd one. They toss him in a pile.
I like that too. Our next clown, Clownita. And she comes out and she's all sexy but clown. We're gonna awaken some things in some people.
Oh, hell yeah.
I have no input.
So Clownita comes out with the microphone. Kind voice. You in the last row, last seat. Screw you. And his heart stops beating. And the hearts in his eyes break. And he takes off his cowboy hat and holds it over his heart. And then just stone face.
And I think we hear a little, like, whoosh rushing sound as all of the sound drops out from the soundtrack.
I think we could still do a bit of, like we've done with the past two, like he's stone face, dead face, but still doing shit. I think we have him stone face, dead face, still winning the rodeo.
Okay, yeah.
But like slowly as the scene's developing, as he's winning the rodeo, the sound is getting quieter and quieter, and the saturation is like fading, the colors are fading out until it's black and white.
I feel like that can start with the heart eyes breaking. Like, everything gets a little bit duller. And from that point on, it's just, like, the colors slowly leaking out.
Mm-hmm. Was that Sympathy for Mrs. Vengeance that did that? What was that movie?
At the end, where it's almost fully black and white and silent, they're giving the trophies to all the winners. And, like the guy in third, gets a littler one, and the guy in second gets a less little one. And our boy gets the biggest winner trophy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with the other two, in addition to the trophy, Clownita gives them a kiss on the cheek. So guy in third place gets handed, and our guy's still stone-faced. Guy in third place gets handed a trophy, kiss on the cheek. Guy in second place gets handed a bigger trophy, kiss on the cheek. Our boy gets handed a big trophy and a firm handshake.
Rude.
And then, after shaking her hand, he turns around, just fucking drops the trophy and walks off stage and off screen.
Like, into the sunset. The black and white sunset.
Yeah.
Not if he's going to Paris. The sun's got to be at his back. He's got to be going east.
Walking towards a dark horizon.
Walking towards the camera as the sun's setting behind him. The movie I was thinking of was Lady Vengeance, that halfway through it just starts fading to black and white. And by the end, it's black and white, and you hardly tell that it's happening. But we would be able to tell in this. Now, during the mime interlude, is there music or is it silent?
I'm thinking there's, like, accordion music.
Like stereotypical French music?
Yes.
Perfect.
And then maybe we can make it a part of the joke that in the end it turns out this is, like, Newark.
So instead of like on screen it saying 3 years later or whatever, it's in French. So whatever that would be, Frenchie.
3 ans plus tard. But then below that in parentheses in English.
Yeah. But like in English, it's not like stylized the same way. It's that really digital subtitling you get on bad DVDs.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Like it's yellow and weird.
Yes.
And then as the stereotypical French music is happening, the narrator appears on title cards instead of the narrator.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the only one who talks. It's just title cards.
Sorry, I'm just trying to visualize this in my mind. So he appears on screen as a guy.
No.
And then
like in the narrator?
Yes.
It's like the title cards in silent movies.
Like in silent movies when like it'll just cut to a card with words on it.
Okay, yeah. Now I get you.
It can just say like narrator or some asshole or however we want to stylize that.
I don't think that gets stylized. I think it's just the words.
Yeah.
Like a proper title card.
But the sentence structure and grammar is the same as the narrator's been using, so the audience can tell who it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Heartbroken, our lover boy flees the country.
No, not our heartbroken. Our boy spends years traveling, visiting exotic cities. If we're gonna have the punchline be this is Newark, which is everything about it is French except it's Newark. So the music, he
even like goes to like the Arc de Triomphe and the Eiffel Tower and all that shit. But it's Newark. Like, it ends with pointing out that all of this is Newark.
We see him, like, go up a street and then look up, smile, take a picture, and then it's stock footage of the Arc de Triomphe. And he does the same thing. Like, just walks, like, a couple of steps, takes a picture, stock footage of the Eiffel Tower. He goes to a fancy cafe, and we have him mime to the, like, the waiter guy there, like, I would like to drink the coffee. And the waiter is like, we are full, there's no seats. And he points to, like, one half-broken chair in the corner of this, like, big outdoor, like, cafe patio type thing. And the waiter shrugs, seats him, like, pulls up a cheap card table, pours him a cup of coffee, sits down. And then the mime approaches, because they're going to do a show in front of the crowd at the cafe. Mime approaches, sets down the hat, like, puts a quarter in there himself, looks to the left, looks to the right, does one of those, like, big squint, eyes over the forehead thing. Like, counts rows, counts seats, points at the boy. The boy goes, like, points at himself, like, me? And the clown nods, points at him again. Middle finger.
I think instead of middle finger, some other rude gesture, maybe even a French one. The chin flick.
Or the, slap your inner elbow and the up yours.
Combine that with the two fingers up.
Oh, the two fingers is British, though.
Yeah, but Americans don't give a fuck. It's all European shit.
Fair,
I think
fair.
it's funnier if he just flips him off. Because, like, we've set this whole stage scene of it being, like, classy and French and everything. I think it's funnier if he just straight up is just like, you know what? Fuck you.
Okay.
Honestly, I think that's one where I would want to see multiple takes. Because it would also depend on the mime we hire.
Yeah, that's true.
Because, like, if they could really get the chin flick going, like, really put some venom into it, then, like, that might be better than just, like, a sad middle finger, you know? It really depends on how that's... But I think it needs to be snappy. I don't want something, like, it needs to be snappy, it needs to be mean. And then the mime picks up his hat and leaves.
I think in addition to the hat, he also has, like, a tripod with a placard of, like, the amazing mime. Like, he's about to do a whole mime show for these people. And then the whole mime show is just, fuck this guy. Okay, now I start packing up. And
what if he does the screw you gesture, and then everyone gets up and puts money in the hat except for the boy? And then he leaves.
He sits stone-faced as they pour the coffee into the... Like they start serving him his coffee. And maybe as people get up to put money in the hat, they bump the waiter, who is not looking. And he goes from pouring hot coffee in the cup to pouring hot coffee on his pants. And he still does not react.
I like that.
Do we want, at this point... I mean, we have the reveal that it's Newark, because that's where the ICP show is. Because I'm thinking this one can be one that slides right into the next bit.
So it's Newark, and just because I read the oral history of the venue not too long ago, like, we're still in the silent movie mode. He's had hot coffee poured on him, he's paid for his coffee, everyone's left, and he's just sitting there. And then somebody comes up with a flyer for ICP at the summer stage at the Stone Pony in Asbury Park. Not from New Jersey, I don't like New Jersey, but I know New Jersey a little bit.
I'm still thinking about how we pay off, get to the punchline of this being Newark. And I like it being kind of clumsy and dumb and bad. I'm a little bit lifting this from Children's Hospital. That flyer that he gets handed says ICP playing at the Stone Pony in Asbury Park. And I'm just going to Google this quick to make sure.
See how close they are?
I think it's funny if they aren't close at all.
At Asbury Park, just 54 miles from Newark. 47 miles from Newark, which is where we are right now.
I like it.
The clumsiness of the phrasing of, we are in Newark right now, and have been this whole time.
I don't want it to say anything about the Insane Clown Posse on the concert flyer. Just rock festival, major acts, guys you've never heard of, your sister's favorite band. Like, that's what it says on the flyer. And then in Asbury Park, just 54 miles from Newark, New Jersey, where you are right now. And that's all written on the flyer.
Yeah.
That's in black and white and held in the screen long enough, like a title card would be for the narrator stuff. And then when he puts the flyer down, we're back in color and sound. Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I like that. I also think we can kind of slowly crank the sound up throughout this.
I think while he's holding the flyer in front of camera and reading it, and the audience is reading it, that's when ambient noise starts coming back in, and the color starts fading in. But it's a black and white poster, so you can only see it on the edges of the screen that there's color starting to form. And then when he puts it down, it's a little bit less jarring. We've kind of primed the audience.
Yes.
And then the camera zooms back out enough for us to see he's eating at Newark Cafe. He was there the whole time.
The waiter still speaks French.
And then the narrator says, of course he didn't have a passport, so the exotic cities were mostly in New Jersey.
No, I think that that's something that's not directly commented on.
Okay. But if we hate our audience...
We don't. We love our audience. This movie hates them.
Yes.
A thought that I had was he lowers the flyer, and this is kind of a time jump to those 2 years later, outside of the Stone Pony. And we can have the narrator for this section come back in and say, time has continued to pass, and it's now 2 years later and 54 miles south of where the last scene took place.
On the concert flyer, it says 3 years from now. For the
yes.
date.
I think we shouldn't directly reference the Stone Pony, but I don't think we should hide the fact that that's what we're doing. Like, I don't think we should say Stone Pony. I think we should say, like, the Rock Horse. Like, something that makes it abundantly clear what we're referencing.
The rocking horse, yeah.
But not specifically the Stone Pony, because that has a level of gravitas that we do not need to bring to this movie.
True. I just like the idea of this, like, being a beach concert.
Yeah.
Which is what they do. Alright, so this section's gonna be a musical.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Alright, first question first. Jukebox musical, or are we writing original songs?
I don't think we're writing original songs. I think this is one where we have to turn over creative control to the Insane Clown Posse.
Okay. So I'm thinking 3 songs max for this segment. And almost no spoken dialogue.
Rock opera.
Yeah.
Yeah, rock opera.
So...
Or if not ICP, Brendan Small, Metalocalypse.
Yeah. Something like that. I think it would have to... If we're using ICP, I think we'd have to have ICP write at least their song.
Yeah.
So...
But I mean, I just know that Brendan Small has written at least one rock opera that made logical sense between scene transitions and such.
Yeah.
So I think if we could get those 3 to work together...
I can work
we
with
could
that.
basically wash our hands of this whole part.
I do want to bare bone a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Like, what storyline happens in this scene, and then we'll have somebody else worry about writing it.
He's
Right.
trying to get to the venue on time.
Yeah. So, I think the first number is him trying to get to the venue on time.
I'm gonna pull a mark and throw out the terrible ideas that are in my brain right now.
Do it.
Trying to get to the venue on time. Car crash. Like, he's hit by a car. Next scene is him in the hospital bed. And the next scene is him still managing to make it to the...
Like, he gets to the rocking horse, unplugs the IV, puts some pants on over his gown, or takes off his hospital gown, and he's still in his, like, rocker clothes.
Yes. And also, like, he spends way too long... Like, we see a calendar flipping in the background of, like, the hospital bed section. So he's been there for, like, a month.
There's a part where he's in a coma.
Yes.
And, like, a priest is reading last rites.
There's a woman holding a newborn infant in the room.
He gets married and has a kid during this whole bit.
Yes.
It just happens to be the lady rodeo clown. Like, the same actress, but you can't tell because she's not in the makeup anymore.
Yes. Like, deeply improbable.
Yeah. But also a good setup. Because I think he needs to have a kid for the third bit.
Okay.
Or the third bit, the final bit.
I'm pulling a little back half of Baby with the Bathwater.
Yeah. So he gets to the venue on time. Because he's so late, the only place he can stand is in the back, next to the porta potties. And not even the good porta potties. Because, like, every venue has the porta potties that are kind of out of the way. These are the ones that are right there, so everyone uses them and they reek.
Oh, I was thinking they're, like, the shitty off-brand porta potties.
And then, that bit in Scott Pilgrim right before Clash at Demon Head plays that Black Sheep song?
Yes.
Like, the narrator does, like, a little bit, like, to the rhythm of the song before it begins, like, finally, it is time. I think our narrator needs to do that. Like, he has a line or two in the song right before Shaggy 2 Dope and Violent J come out. And then, musically, they say, hey you, last row, last seat, screw you. And then the mosh pit forms. And again, our boy, stone-faced. I think that's enough meat, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. And now the last segment, the TV clown 3 years later. How do we get there?
I think he should go back to a house, and his bedroom should look eerily like his childhood bedroom, but it's like clearly, like, it's a double bed, like an adult bed.
Does he have a kid now?
I think he does. I think on his way out of the concert, again, the whole Stoneface thing, he hitchhikes back to the hospital, picks up his new wife and kid that he did not have before, and they go get in his SUV, drive back to his house in the suburbs, park, and then he puts his new kid to bed in his, basically the exact same set as his childhood bedroom. And then he goes and lays down with his wife in like a normal-ass parent's bedroom, turn off the light, 6 years later.
I think when he picks up the wife and kid from the hospital, the doctor hands him a hat, pipe, and smoking jacket.
Yes. That's a great bit.
And the keys to, it's not an SUV, it's a station wagon.
That's better. That's better. So then, next morning he wakes up. Do we even want to do narration for this bit? Because I feel like now we're seeing the opening scene, but from the dad's point of view.
Yes, I think we want narration because we had narration at the beginning.
Okay.
And the narrator can comment on the cyclical nature of life.
We all become our fathers one day. The circle of life continues.
Yes.
So our boy, now our man, walks down the stairs.
And when he opens his newspaper, there's a big ad for the Boppo the Clown show. Live taping.
I was thinking he sits on the couch and starts like clicking through the TV channels. And then Boppo pops up. Or his kid's watching Boppo, and then Boppo announces the show. Like, oh, the show's coming to your town, USA.
See, I think Boppo is a very local program. It's always just in this town, you know?
Yeah. And then maybe the kid's been begging to go to a taping.
Yeah, like the kid asks to go to a taping, and I still want him to see it in the paper, because that's one of those tropes that all dads are always reading the newspaper.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe he sees an ad in the paper for like Boppo tickets, and then maybe there's like a free tickets available thing.
This is going to be deeply niche Pennsylvania, and you might actually have to edit this out depending how deeply niche it is, but do either of you know who Pete McT is?
No.
No, is he anything like Miss Lucy?
Who?
From the land of Hatchie Malachi?
Pete McT was a clown on my local news growing up. He was on, like, the same channel as the news. So, if that's the vibe we're going for, we could... And he was, like, low-key a local celebrity.
Man,
so...
I just watched fucking Nickelodeon as a kid. I don't know what you two are smoking. If my parents could afford cable.
Hatchie Malachi was like a puppet program on WNEP with Miss Judy in the 80s.
Excellent.
Pete McT was on Fox 43.
Nickelodeon, I think, was channel 23 for me.
I'm Bill, and I had a functional childhood.
Hey, but I wasn't allowed to watch TV until I was like 8. So yeah,
anyway,
season the paper, Boppo tape, upcoming Boppo tapings, free tickets available. Maybe it's even like desperate, like please come to the show. And the narrator says, an interesting way to bond with his boy. Didn't he go to the circus with his papa once? Who can remember? You know, something like that.
Can we use the same actor for both kids?
Yes.
But, like,
Yes.
subtly change their hair?
Yes.
He's got a 90s mullet the first time and a shitty modern mullet the current time.
Yes.
Or 70s, then 90s. So he waits for a kid to go to school, calls the number in the newspaper ad, and gets his 2 tickets mailed. It takes 6 to 8 business days. The day they arrive is the day before the taping they're scheduled to go to. And then he pulls the same trick. His new wife is making way too much breakfast.
I think it would be funny if she's making dinner foods.
She's just making different breakfast foods. Like, her eggs are all over easy, where the boys' moms were scrambled.
Yeah.
And she does, like...
whole wheat toast.
She makes breakfast sandwiches, or breakfast burritos, or something like that. Yeah. Hash browns.
Breakfast burritos is a fun nod to the rodeo clown bit.
Yeah. A little Western in there. Is the boy's son into clowns? I say no.
No, he's into Boppo. This is that Bart Simpson Krusty. His room is all Boppo the clown.
Okay.
No circus shit, no.
It has narrowed down to a specific clown. It has been distilled.
Okay, so he gets the tickets in the mail. Next morning, same trick, breakfast. Nah, son, I'll take you to school. Gets in the car, hands him the tickets. Guess what we're doing today, bud? Boppo the clown, kid's about to cry. He starts recounting his favorite Boppo sketches on the way, and the dad feels super proud. He's having such a good dad moment. They get to the studio. They go through security screening. They have a little, like, Boppo museum of memorabilia, like, in the lobby as they're waiting to go in for the taping. Like the museum at the Jeopardy taping.
I was gonna say, you are straight up just pulling from the Jeopardy taping.
That's shit they do, I might as well pull from it. Like, classic
the coat
Boppo
that
merch.
Boppo wore at his late night talk show.
Boppo's
the Boppo
ageless.
Hour.
Like, his trick cane from his vaudeville days. Like... a memoriam to Beppy, his sidekick from the 1940s that died in the war. Like, all this crazy shit. The Swatchy and Bocce cartoons are playing on a TV on a loop. You know, all that good shit. The kid's having the time of his life. And our boy takes some puffs from his pipe. You know, pulls up his smoking jacket. He's real proud of himself. Like, kind of adjusts his fedora. He's being a good dad today, yeah. And then they get ushered in. And the usher points them to the last seat, the last row. And he sees his kid kind of sitting on the aisle, struggling to see. So he switches with his kid for a better viewing angle. Because he loves his son, and he wants his son to have a great day. The warm-up guy comes out, as they do. There's always like a B-rate comedian that warms up the audience, get them ready to laugh, does like a raffle and stuff. Kid's having a great time. Our boy is the only dad enjoying it. Every other dad's already got the paper out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the lights fade out. And the announcer, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the man you've all been waiting for, Boppo! And then, like, the lights come on and the music hits, and he does his cartwheels out, grabs the microphone. Before we begin, you, last seat, last row, screw you. And then we go to Stone-Faced Boy again, and his eye twitches, and his lip starts to twitch. And he looks at his son. And his son looks like he's about to cry. His dad just got insulted by his hero. What's a little boy to do? He looks back up at Beppo, stands up, takes one step to his right, walks straight down the aisle, onto the stage. Security tries to stop him, but he just, like, judo wiggles his way through it. Like, bodies go flying, but you don't see his limbs move. And he gets up, grabs Boppo by the scruff, holds him up to his face. Shut up. Black screen, white text. This film was 123 minutes long. Roll credits.
No, I think hard cut to the end, roll credits, and then as like a stinger after the credits. This has been 120 minutes of your life you cannot have back.
That works better. We had to have that in there because that's part of the joke.
Yes, that is. But it's so far at the end of the joke, I think it comes after the credits.
Okay.
Do we want to have, since this is the time where things are different, do we want to have the whole show and then it ends with him saying screw you?
Like the Boppo the Clown show? No, because I kind of think it's funny if, like, the cameras are on him as he comes down the aisle. Like the director's in the booth, like, oh no, get close-ups. We're going to see something good. Get security ready, but don't send them in yet. I want to see what happens. Like, is Boppo going to get beat up on live TV? Well, let's find out.
It's even better because this is a taping. This is going to go in the best of tape, guys. Watch.
This will be one for the blooper reel.
So, are we into casting?
I guess so.
I think we are, yeah.
Bill Hader.
For the narrator?
No.
For the dad?
The boy.
Or the adult boy?
The whole time it's Bill Hader. Except for child. He's, like, in his 50s.
So, like, from teenager on?
Yes.
It's Bill Hader?
Okay.
I just think he has the chops to pull that off.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Bill Hader for that a lot. Hold on, does he have kids? He has 3 children. Oh my god.
Nepo babies.
Because if we cast one of his kids as the boy.
I like it. So we've already got the Western asshole is Sam Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the regular asshole?
I think we want to go someone as, like, vocally far from Sam Elliott as we can get.
Patrick Warburton?
I kind of love that.
Because he has that, like, condescending demeanor just in his normal cadence.
Yeah.
It's just the Soren video the whole time.
Yeah.
Nice work, pal. So let's go with... I've made a list of most of the characters, or at least the ones that seem important.
Yeah, same.
Who's the first clown?
Now, is this something where we would want to go to the clown community and actually hire actual clowns?
You know what? I think yes.
Yeah. Because we can find very different... We can take a walk through the Clown Egg Museum.
Yep.
And find active performers that, like, oh, this looks like he would be a sports mascot. This looks like a traditional circus clown. This dude looks like a TV clown. And we just get actual clowns.
The only exception is the rodeo clown. Just, we need somebody sexy.
Yeah, we need a lady.
I feel like this should be our stunt cast. Like, just absurdly high value actress.
Fucking like Zendaya.
Or like fucking ScarJo. Like, somebody.
Wait, who's Bill Hader married to?
Not Amy Poehler.
Oh, he's
Oh
not
my god,
married.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Is there a reference here I'm missing?
Sabrina Carpenter is, no, I'm just thinking she's, like, super hot right now, and she's also literally physically very attractive.
She would look great as a clown.
Exactly. And she's being
She's
compared...
from fucking Quakertown?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, didn't you know that? I mean, clearly not. I forget, you don't pay attention to, like, celebrities at all.
She's, like, 10 years younger than me, but, like, there's a non-zero chance I know people she knows.
Yep.
Huh. Small world.
But she's got, like... She's been compared a lot to basically a live-action Miss Piggy. Like, she has the chops to do that kind of shit, so she would be very funny in that role.
I agree.
The only issue there is, like, it's a little gross having her be the wife of Bill Hader, but...
But we're also having Bill Hader play 16.
This is true.
Like, I'm not that concerned about it.
Yeah.
Mark, thoughts?
I'm thinking of somebody totally different for a totally different thing.
Okay.
The Mime.
Alright.
This is directly pulled from Parisha Tam. Paul Putner.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
If you can, see if you can find a picture of him, but like his whole body. Like, not just he's got a face, but also if you can see his whole body. Which, admittedly, there aren't many pictures.
Oh, yeah.
In, like a Marcel Marceau onesie.
Yeah, we can make that work. I like it.
I had a thought for the dad, but I lost it.
For the boy's dad?
Yeah. I was thinking, like, I want someone with, like, dad gravitas, so, like, J.K. Simmons, or, like, that type, you know? But I had a thought, and it disappeared.
Well, I don't want to just do,
Bryan Cranston again?
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal is the other dad.
Who looks like Bill Hader?
Let's just do Bill Hader again.
Should put a big nose on him or something?
Yeah.
If we're getting weirdly cyclical. Alright, we also need our rodeo man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who's Rope Guy?
Who was the lead in There May Be Blood, or There Will Be Blood?
Daniel Day-Lewis?
Oh my god, I forgot that was Daniel Day-Lewis.
I don't think we can get away with Daniel Day-Lewis playing a rope guy.
What about the dude? I can't remember his name.
Jeff Bridges?
Yeah.
It's funny, his face is on the screen right now because I was looking at a different character from a modern Western. I was looking at Ben Foster.
Okay.
I was thinking Hell or High Water, which is a movie I need to rewatch because it fucking slaps.
We're kind of honky heavy.
Oh, do you want to do, like a Daniel Kaluuya?
Oh, I wasn't him? I was thinking older. The, Coleman Domingo.
Ooh.
Because I'm thinking Coleman Domingo in, I think he was in that Black Cowboy movie that came out in the wake of the Jonathan Masters stuff, and he also is, like, kind of cowboy-ish in Color Purple.
Yeah, he's got a good look.
Yeah.
I like.
I've
Coleman
seen a movie
Domingo.
he was in.
You've seen a movie?
Oh, wait, you're right. I didn't.
Defy
What am I
Bloods.
thinking of?
He was in that, right?
Was he in Defy Bloods? I don't think he was. Oh my god, he's done so much. Maybe he was.
I don't believe so. It's not showing up on IMDb.
Oh, he was in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Ah, that's the
That's
one
what
I'm
it
thinking
was.
of.
That was the one that year.
Yeah.
Oh, he's Candyman.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Beale Street.
He was the chief in Drive Away Dolls.
Oh yeah. What an interesting career he's had. Can't wait to add this slop to his resume.
So who are we missing?
ICP.
Well, I reckon they're just themselves. ICP?
I was making a joke.
Oh. It's so funny I didn't get it. The only ones still on my list are Mom and Boppo.
I figured Boppo we would still do... Unless you wanted to stunt cast Boppo and have it be like a Robert De Niro. And just ape fucking the end of Joker.
Okay. Hear me out. It's completely opposite direction from De Niro, but Elijah Wood.
As Boppo?
Yes.
See, I was thinking...
Is this where we want to use fucking Sheldon?
Maybe. See, I was thinking the Tonight Show host who is the oldest and still alive.
Jay Leno?
Yeah, I think that's what it would have to be, so that doesn't really fit.
No. That chin, you wouldn't be able to hide that chin. What's fucking Sheldon's name? Big Bang Sheldon.
Oh.
Parsons.
Jim Parsons, thank you. Because I did agree with you that he needed to do something else. And it wasn't our movie last time. But I could see him being a good Boppo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then for Mom, I figured we'd just age up Sabrina Carpenter.
See, I was thinking for Mom... Give me a second.
Character actress Margot Martindale.
No, actually, I was going to say Katie Seagal.
Katie Seagal.
Yeah.
She's a little old if we're saying our age, but for the original Mom...
She's got the right look.
Rest in peace, Catherine O'Hara. The original Mom. I like Katie Seagal, though.
I think we used her in something else as well before. Not that we can't use her again.
I think for this, we never show her face.
Just have her voice.
She's,
Her voice, and like she's on screen from, like, shoulder down. She's always, like, an apron.
Yeah.
like, fuck, what's her name in Powerpuff Girls? The assistant to the mayor?
Miss Bella.
Big hair.
Yes.
A little bit more than the Mom and Cow and Chicken.
Yeah. Works for me. I think we could do the same with Dad. Like, we never see his face, and that's just how we use Bill Hader.
In the little boy section. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe we do some interesting camera work with the hat and the pipe hiding his face, and the newspaper hiding his face every time. Even while he's driving.
He's wearing sunglasses.
No, I think he's still reading the newspaper and driving with his knee.
I think when the boy's grown up and he's the dad, he doesn't have a fedora, but he still has a cowboy hat.
Yes.
I think he needs to hang on to some bits of his personality. Anyway.
Yes, because we're breaking cycles with this movie.
Shit, did we accidentally make it about stuff?
Themes.
No.
Okay.
So I guess the only thing left is we need a title.
Since this isn't based on an actual known thing that we know of, I'm okay with The Boy Who Likes Clowns.
Okay. Then what's the poster?
I feel like a picture of his bedroom, but that gives, like, horror movie vibes.
It's the bedroom, but there's a shaggy dog sitting on the bed. There's no dog in the movie. Cody, you're actually laughing. You like that.
Sometimes you get one.
Broken clocks and blind squirrels, baby.
And I guess then the last question is when does this turd come out?
Whoa, you throw this in fucking March or some shit.
This
is not prime movie times.
I was gonna say, I feel like this is a winter.
Like, this is like a January.
Red Letter Media has the trend of fuck you, it's January.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this is a January. So, this is The Boy Who Likes Clowns, starring Bill Hader, and you can see it in theaters this January. This has been The Treatment, a podcast about stories, and we've been your hosts, Mark Lucas,
Billy Beck,
and Cody Beck.
And we'll see you at the movies.